Guess what? We heard the cuckoo the day before yesterday, and I thought I just heard it then. Once we've heard the cuckoo, we know that we're heading into summer. It's only 2 weeks until Bealtaine, which is the first day of summer. It's the beginning of the month of May, but it's the first day of summer in Ireland. And today I wanted to show you, because it's going to get hot soon, we're going to get sweaty and smelly. So I thought I'll make a new deodorant. And I've made deodorants before, but this one is different because it's a spray deodorant and it's using roses. So I've just been out and about checking on all the rose bushes. There's a lot of them. And the Rosa rugosa, to me, is wonderful because it puts a lot of suckers up and you end up with lots and lots more plants. Some people don't like that because they think it's invasive. But for me, it's perfect. So I've just noticed we've got some little rose buds here already showing up. So it won't be long, another month or so, when we'll have big, beautiful scented roses on here that we can use to make, you know, Rosewater and any other beauty products. I'm just going to check on a couple of other roses up here and then I'll show you how to make this lovely deodorant. So apart from the Rosa rugosa, which I use for medicine making, you don't have to have Rosa rugosa. Any rose that hasn't been sprayed, that is completely natural, can be used. And this is a lovely standard rose bush, which also gives lovely big flowers. And I'm just keeping an eye on that because it's quite new. It's only been there for a year or so and it's doing really well. And then I have a lovely couple of roses just at the veranda up here. So this one is a climbing rose, and we're trying to get it to cover the veranda because if you watch Bealtaine Cottage, you will have seen Colette's beautiful rose outside her back door, and we're hoping to achieve the same thing with this. And as you can see here, we leave all our banana skins at the foot of the rose bushes because they're full of potassium. It helps the blooms. And I just leave them on the soil and they rot into the soil and they feed the roses, and then we get lovely flowers. But here I've got all my bits and pieces to show you how to make a deodorant. So I have my own Rosewater that I made last year. I've got some vegetarian glycerine, which is food quality, and I've got some vodka, and I've got my empty bottle, which is a little spray bottle, and I've got some essential oils. And you know, Rosewater is so cooling. It's so cooling. So if you have any inflammatory conditions, if you had any broken veins, or you're having hot flushes, you know, we talked about the menopause last week. If you're having hot flushes, a little spritz of Rosewater can be really cooling and make you feel much better when you're having a hot flush. So you could use witch hazel instead, but I just prefer Rosewater and it's an option. So I'm going to get 3 tablespoons of Rosewater. So there's 1, 2, 3. Now if you don't have a tablespoon, it doesn't matter, as long as you have the kind of, you're using the same measuring tool for each addition to this deodorant. So I'm using a tablespoon. You could use a dessert spoon, you could use a little cup, whatever. And I'll put all the instructions in the more box below the video. So I've got 3 tablespoons of Rosewater, and then we've got 2 of vodka, and then a 2 of glycerine. So if you're using this as an underarm deodorant, the glycerine is going to help it to stay there. The Rosewater is going to cool you down if you're feeling hot and sweaty. And the vodka is going to prevent any bacteria from growing and creating a smell. And if you want to know how to make Rosewater, there's a video here that I did before. You can have a look at that. And so there you go. That's it basically. But I'm going to add in some essential oils, and I just put in 10 drops of each, so that's perfectly simple. Now, I've made this before where I just added rose essential oil, so it's just a pure rose deodorant because it's made with rose water and rose essential oil. But for this one, I'm going to make it a little bit more earthy, and I'm going to put in some rosewood essential oil. Just put in the 10 drops. And I've got a lovely book about making natural body care, and the writer recommends, and I'll put the book in a link below, the writer recommends patchouli oil because patchouli oil has been used for centuries to disguise horrible odours, and it's got that nice earthy scent that I like. So that's 10 drops of patchouli, and then the cypress oil, because again it's a lovely tree oil and it's got a lovely earthy scent, but it's quite a sweet high scent as well, whereas patchouli is kind of a low scent. And the cypress oil apparently reduces the sense of wetness. There, so that's roughly 10 drops of each oil. And that's it, and then you just put it into your container, and I've got a little travelling, one of those little travel bottles here. That smells really good. Smells lovely and fresh and summery, but not cloying or too sweet. There you go. So simple. And you can keep it in the bathroom, you can keep it in the fridge. Oh, that's really lovely. I love it. But you feel free to use whatever essential oils that you prefer. And remember, don't use fragrance oils, only use essential oils. They may look similar, they're in little bottles, but the fragrance oils are nasty chemicals and they will damage your systems, particularly your hormonal system. So you want to use only essential oils. And don't feel there's any need to go mad putting more than 10 drops of each in. You could just use 1, you could use 2. I've just used 3 here today as a kind of experiment. But yeah, I think that's lovely. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you give it a try. Natural. And it's a good, especially good thing to put natural products into your lymph system, because under your arm, especially the left arm, you have a lot of lymph glands and they're working really hard to keep your body cleansed and healthy. So you don't want to be putting anything there which is going to be harmful, which might have aluminium in, like many commercial deodorants do. And there's been links to breast cancer. I don't know if that's true or not, but they certainly talk about it. So it's just worthwhile being extra careful. And then you know you're going to smell really good and really natural, and you'll stay healthy. So enjoy your roses when they come up. I'll put a link to the recipe below, as I said, and to the book where I got the recipe. It's a great little book. And I'll see you next week. So see you then. I hope you enjoyed today's film. If you did, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. And have a look at the website danusirishherbgarden.com for more information about us and about the herbal medicine courses I offer and the Wise Woman Way training. And if you go to the shop, you can find the books, the weed handbooks and other herbal goodies. And remember, we put a new film out every Sunday. So looking forward to seeing you next week.